There are way too many video games that don't get the attention they deserve, especially indie games. So I thought it's time to give some of the best indie games the spotlight. Luckily, I have some help with that, because my friend John from Chicken Fillets is joining me on this one. So we picked 6 indie gems that deserve more attention. Let's go and see what John's first pick is.
Hello, Chicken Fillets here, and thank you to Luca for having me on and telling you an indie gem that you should play. Now, usually I talk about JRPGs non-stop, so it's a nice change of pace to talk about an indie game. Now diving straight in, the first indie gem pick is Eastward. Now in this gorgeous pixel art game, we follow John and Sam as they explore a society on the brink of collapse. Now, how would I describe this game? Well, to be honest with you, I would describe this as a Zelda-like. But don't worry, instead of wielding a sword, this has got frying pan-based action combat. The characters and story in this game are just brilliant. The music is an utter delight as well. Now remember, when you're exploring these wastelands, you need to keep your health up, so why not do a bit of crafting, cooking whilst you're at it. This game is an utter highlight of the indie releases in 2022, and I tell you what, this could be a highlight for your collection as well. And the good thing as well is this got a physical release, so if you're a physical collector, you've got something else to add to it. The real question here is, have you joined John and Sam on their journey eastward, or are you now looking to jump on the train with them and go on the journey for the first time? Let me and Luca know down in the comments. Now it's time to jump on that train eastward, and let's see what Luca's next indie gem will be.
Lone Fungus is one of these games that is well known amongst the Metroidvania genre, but outside of that, it seems like nobody is talking about it. Which is a shame, because I think Lone Fungus is one of the best Metroidvania I've ever played. There are many reasons for that. First off, Lone Fungus really understands what makes a Metroidvania a well-designed and fun game. You start with literally nothing but a jump, and in a true Metroidvania fashion, you now go and explore the well-designed levels, looking for new abilities that help you traverse the mysterious world. And this is well crafted, because the whole gameplay loop of exploration, then finding a boss you manage to defeat after a few attempts, and then getting a new ability that almost every time is super fun to use, is so addictive. There are so many secrets to find, hidden paths to uncover, and optional challenges to overcome that all require certain abilities and skill. Especially the platforming sections that are a clear love letter to Hollow Knight's Path of Pain are an absolute highlight. But only because they are way easier than the Path of Pain, otherwise this wouldn't be fun for me at all. Speaking of Hollow Knight, Lone Fungus wears its Hollow Knight inspiration on its sleeve. There's a downward slash, the charm system is basically the same, and a few other small details really show that Hollow Knight was the main inspiration for this Metroidvania powerhouse. I could go on and say nice things about Lone Fungus for hours. If you want to know more about it, go watch my review. The link is in the description. But for now, let's see what John's next pick is.
Now, my next indie gem is the indie JRPG Cosmic Star Heroine. And remember at the start when I said I usually talk about JRPGs and RPGs? Oh, I'm in for a treat here. Now, Cosmic Star Heroine is a pixel indie RPG brought to us by Zeboyd Games. Now, you may have seen Zeboyd Games with such games as Cthulhu Saves Christmas. Now in this, we follow futuristic super spy Elisa on an epic adventure to save the galaxy. Now this game has turn-based combat which has been heavily inspired by the likes of Chrono Trigger. And honestly, this game oozes 1980s Saturday morning spy cartoons. Now this is definitely a gem for me. This was the indie game which got me into indie games. And also, oh man, the soundtrack is an utter banger. Now if you are looking to pick up this indie gem, then it is available to download digitally. However, there was a limited run release for various systems, the likes of the Nintendo Switch, PS Vita. Now, talking about the PS Vita, I managed to get my hands on the limited run physical PS Vita, and it actually came with a manual, like you used to get in the old days. Awesome! But anyway, are you ready to save the galaxy with Elisa? Let me and Luca know down in the comments, and let's see what is next on this indie gem list.
Moonlighter is a roguelike dungeon crawler that completely blew me away when I first played it, because this comes with a unique twist. At night, you go and explore randomly generated dungeons that are a little bit designed like dungeons from the older Zelda games. You defeat monsters, collect their loot, and try not to die, because when you die, you lose most of your loot. While the protagonist is a dungeon explorer at night, he's also a shop owner during the day. You sell all the loot you collect in your own shop. You even have to pay attention to what people like to buy, so that you can maximize your profit. All the money you earn is spent on buying new weapons and armor, and to upgrade the shop itself. You repeat this incredibly addicting loop until you manage to defeat the dungeon's boss, and then head up for the next of the 5 dungeons. I think Moonlighter deserves way more attention because everything I mentioned above is designed so well and has this one more run feel to it. The pixel art style is amongst the prettiest I've ever seen. The animations and music are incredible too. While roguelites like Hades and Dead Cells are fantastic games in this genre and deserve all the praise they got, Moonlighter is an indie gem that more people should try out. Another game that more people should play is John's next pick. Let's see what it is.
Now the last pick on this indie gem list for myself is the one and only Owlboy. Now when Luca asked me to join in this collaboration, I made sure that I told him that this was going to be the pick that I got to talk about. So here it is. Now in this award-winning indie game, we follow Otis and his friends trying to save the world from sky pirates. Now the way that I would describe Owlboy is that it's a charming Metroidvania game. Now you will be controlling Otis around this beautiful game, and he will be using his friends as weapons. So he's got a friend, for example, who carries a gun. So when you're carrying your friend with a gun, well, guess what? You can shoot at the enemy. Now when I think of indie gems, this is the game that I always come to. And it was the first game that I thought about straight away when I got asked to join in with this collaboration. If this game is up your street, you'll be able to get it digitally, and there is also physical editions, which, man oh man, I'm so happy that I have in my collection. Now my question to you is, have you played Owlboy, and would you think this is an indie gem? Let me and Luca know down in the comments. And once again, I want to thank Luca for having me on in this indie gem collaboration. It's been an utter blast, and I cannot wait for another collaboration in the future. And until next time, this has been Chicken Fillets. Tate bye!
Yeah, I know, another Metroidvania, but Islets is way too good to not put it on this list. The story is about you having to reunite torn islands, which also has an effect on the actual level design. While the 5 islands are separated areas at first, that you have to enter from a hub area, the islands actually connect to a large map by the end of the game. While exploring the 5 distinctive areas, you get a bunch of abilities. Some standard ones like a double jump, and some more unique ones like a wall run that literally lets you climb up every wall. With all the abilities, Islands becomes a fast game with incredibly fluid and satisfying movement. Besides the big upgrades like the double jump, you can find smaller upgrade icons hidden everywhere in the world. These smaller upgrades further enhance your health, the amount of arrows you can shoot, and even some of your movement options will be modified, like shooting a projectile when you double jump. Interestingly, these upgrade icons let you choose between one of 3 options when you collect them. That seems to be heavily inspired by roguelites. Islands is a small indie gem with great ideas, a whimsical soundtrack, fantastic boss battles, and a satisfying movement. One of my first videos on the channel was a review of Islands. If you want to check it out, you can find the link in the description. So there you have it, our 6 indie gems that deserve more attention. Thank you so much, John, for joining me on this video. Guys, check out John's channel Chicken Fillets. He creates amazing videos that are all fun to watch. if you enjoyed this video, you can subscribe and leave a like. That helps me out a lot. As always, thanks for watching, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.